Hello guys, I just want to welcome you to the fourth short HTML video series for absolute beginners. So in this particular video, we are going to be taking a look at headings and paragraphs. So in HTML, we have a set of 6 heading tags. We have from heading 1 up to heading 6, and heading 1 is the biggest while heading 6 is the smallest. So let's say you are developing a website and there is a need for a heading. Maybe you want to write something about yourself and you need a heading for that particular part of the web page. Well, the good news is that HTML comes with 6 different types of heading tags. So heading 1 is the biggest, heading 6 is the smallest. Now, I just want to caution you on 2 different things here. That the heading tags are not used for either increasing the size of a piece of text or decreasing the size of a piece of text. Headings are basically used for what their name says. They are used for headings, that's all. Then the next thing I also want to caution you on is this. It is not advisable to have more than one heading 1 tag within the same page. So the creators of the HTML language recommend that for every page you shouldn't have more than one heading 1 tag on that particular page. So let's get started, and we are going to start by creating our first heading 1 tag, so h1 tag, and let's have our closing h1 tag. H1, let's close this, and inside here we can have heading 1. Let's save our work and reload our browser. So this is a heading 1 tag. Now for every heading tag, a space is going to be created on top of the text and then below it. So space is going to be created on top of the text and also below the text. Okay, now we can also have a heading 2 tag, heading 2, so h2, and let's have our closing h2 tag. And inside here we can also have another heading which is going to be smaller than our heading 1 tag. Let's save and reload, and of course surely you can see that our heading 2 tag is of course smaller than our heading 1 tag. Next we can again have a heading 3 tag, heading 3, h3. Now we can have also the closing tag for the h3 tag. So let's have a text for our heading 3 tag here, and now let's reload our browser, and you can see that our heading 3 tag is smaller than our heading 2 tag and then our heading 1 tag. So we can again have heading 4, h4, and then let's have the closing tag for the h4 tag. Close our angle bracket, and here we can see heading 4. Save our work, reload our browser, and of course heading 4 is smaller than heading 1, 2, and 3. We can have heading 5, and let's have the text heading 5. So let's close our heading tag with a heading 5 closing tag. So let's reload this, and you see it gets smaller when we move from heading 1 going down to heading 6. Finally, we are going to have an h6 tag, that is heading 6 tag, and it's going to take the text of heading 6. Let's close that tag with a heading 6 closing tag. Save our work, reload, and you can see that heading 6 is the smallest while heading 1 is the biggest. Okay, so like I said, headings are used for what their name says. They are used as headings. If you look at almost all the websites on the internet, the websites are full of headings, and I said that it is not advisable to use a heading 1 tag more than once on a page. So try to avoid that as much as you can. So next we are going to look at paragraph tags. So we all know what a paragraph is. So anytime you have a piece of text that makes or that has a particular meaning, and you want to be able to write an HTML code for that. Let's say you want to be able to write about your own self on a website, and you want to do it in 2 paragraphs. The good news is that in HTML we have a tag for writing paragraphs, and that tag is called a paragraph tag. We write it this way. So you're going to have your angle bracket and then the letter P, so closing angle bracket, and then whatever paragraph you have here. So you can write your paragraph here. So paragraph text goes here, and then you have your closing paragraph tag. So let's save our work. So let's reload our browser, and you can see that our paragraph text has been rendered on the web browser. So this is a paragraph tag. So you can have so many paragraphs on the same web page. So let's create another paragraph tag here. So P, and we can have our second paragraph tag. Let's close our paragraph tag with the closing paragraph tag, reload our browser, and you can see we have our second paragraph. So by way of summary, we learned that in HTML we can have headings and we can also have paragraphs. When it comes to paragraphs, we have the option of picking from heading 1 up to heading 6. Heading 1 being the biggest heading we can possibly have in HTML, and heading 6 being the smallest we can have. And we again learned that we don't use heading tags as a way of either making a text big or making a text small. We only use heading tags when there's the need for a heading within a particular website that maybe we are trying to create. And we also said that in HTML we have a way of creating paragraphs. So let's say you want to write something about yourself in maybe 2 paragraphs. Of course, you can make do of the paragraph tags, and we said that for paragraphs you are basically going to have an opening paragraph tag which uses the letter P, and then you again have the closing paragraph tag. Now in between the opening paragraph tag and the closing paragraph tag, you can have any piece of text at all between them, and that is going to be your paragraph. So once the browser sees these P tags, it is going to interpret the whole of this as a single paragraph. Now when it sees the next P tags, this and the other one, it is going to interpret this one too as another paragraph. It's not going to add it to the first one. In the same way for our headings, the moment the browser sees H1 tags, it is going to interpret whatever is inside these tags as a level 1 element. So it's going to interpret it as an H1 tag. When it sees H2, it is going to decrease the size of whatever is inside the H2 tags. So when it sees H2 tags, whatever is written in those tags is going to be the size of an H2 tag, in that order up to H6. So basically that is going to be all for this video, and in the next video we are going to be looking at divs and sections. I just can't wait to meet you in that particular video. But if you have any comments about this video, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you have not subscribed to the channel already, I urge you to subscribe to the channel so that you'll be the first to know whenever I upload a new video. Bye for now.